Breaking news in our Smart Start this morning, everyone. A driver taken to the hospital after a rollover crash in Brighton. Still a busy scene right now. Calls came in starting just before 5:30. So this is West Henrietta and Brighton Henrietta Town Line Road. You're looking live there now. You see it is completely dark due to the power lines taken down. That road will be shut down until further notice, until RG&E can clear the wires in the road. And our photog on scene saying that's a problem because some people driving over them, you just don't know if any are live or which ones have already had the power cut off to them. That driver has minor injuries. Also breaking, one person is in custody after a police standoff in Rochester. That scene at East Main near Culver Road. And RPD does say around 10 p.m. officers got the call for someone making threats with a gun. A home was surrounded and streets shut down for several hours. But eventually, one person was arrested, and RPD says that a realistic-looking BB gun was taken and recovered there. Charges currently pending. Later on this evening, family and friends will start saying their final goodbyes to a man from Pittsford who was murdered last week in a shooting in the nation's capital. Yeah, the calling hours for that remembrance honoring Ryan Realbuto will be today. This service comes just one day after many of the same friends, families, and loved ones who will be attending this evening, they had gathered for a candlelight vigil in his honor. Aran Spitzer live in the studio sharing how Ryan's being remembered. Aran.
Yes, that vigil was at his alma mater, St. Bonaventure. Those loved ones, family, and friends shared stories of Ryan, remembering the light he brought into the world. The 23-year-old was killed during an attempted robbery last week. The school provided video and photos from the heartfelt night. Stories of love, friendship, and honor were shared. He was volunteering with an organization that allowed him to work with struggling kids in the nation's capital, something friends and family say he was extremely passionate about, even in his final hours.
I'd like to say, Ryan, you are easily among the most selfless and giving people that I have ever had the privilege and honor to meet on this earth. And I'm so sorry that you were victim to the terrible crimes that were committed against you. But it was clear that this happened while you were giving a year of service to the people of that community and eventually your life.
The viewing will be held today. His mass is set for tomorrow, and he will be buried after. The Metropolitan Police Department is offering a reward of up to $25,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction. Guys, back to you.
Ron, thank you. In other headlines, 3 of the town of Irondequoit's dump trucks are a total loss after a fire last night at the Highway Public Works facility. That state-of-the-art center is still considered structurally sound considering what happened. That is a big relief to the town and taxpayers. The new building at that new location was put up just a few years ago, and this is not the first time there's been a fire like this one. That was why they had to build the new one, because in 2016 a fire ripped through the old site and the vehicles inside. We're told there were a few workers there at the time last night of that fire. No one was hurt. The driver who hit and killed a beloved member of the community and his dog back in 2022 has officially received his sentence. 37-year-old Master Bevel Jr. pled guilty to manslaughter and leaving the scene of an accident, resulting in death. Back in December of 2022, Edgar Santa Cruz was walking his dog when he was hit by Bevel, and he will now spend the next 2 to 6 years behind bars. Governor Kathy Hochul is looking to expand hate crime prevention programs, announcing $60 million in funding for at-risk groups. She says this comes after multiple hate crimes in the state, including the racist Tops mass shooting in Buffalo, the anti-Semitic case at Cornell recently, and the shooting at Temple Israel Synagogue in Albany. More than $400 million in foundation aid could be cut with the governor's budget proposals. It is the main source of state funding for public schools. The New York State United Teachers Union says this would have a huge impact on small and rural districts. News 8 speaking with the superintendent in Penn Yann, who says these cuts on the table would mean the district loses about $2.5 million, in fact. An 18% reduction of the current budget, according to NYSET. RCD will lose just $1.4 million and a 0.2% reduction.
It's not a sustainable piece for Penn Yan, and it's not fair and equitable to our students to have to give up what we'd have to give up in this scenario.
Part of these cuts come from the removal of the Save Harmless policy, which ensures districts get as much aid as the previous year, and the concern seems to be just the beginning of these funding cuts. A bill at the state level would help address food insecurity here in New York. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, helps people with low incomes pay for groceries. This new measure would create a state SNAP minimum increase for the amount the household would receive. Here's the bill's sponsor, Assemblymember Jessica Gonzalez-Rojas, explaining.
Right now, the minimum amount for SNAP is $23 a month. $23 does not get us very far. So my bill would require New York State to cover the balance between the minimum benefit, and again, the lowest benefit is $23, to ensure it at least gets to $100. And again, that's something where the state would make up the difference.
According to a recent report from the Department of Health, nearly 1 in 4 adults here in New York experiences food insecurity. This bill does have bipartisan support there in the Assembly.
Well, Lollipop Farm needs the community's help now more than ever after 50 cats have been rescued from a home on Wayland Road in Penfield. They're finally ready to go to foster care, so the Humane Society says they're looking for cat carriers to help transfer them. While the shelter does prefer top-loading carriers, they are certainly grateful for anything that they can get and that you can give. If you'd like to know how to help, check out lollipop.org.
Sunrise traffic updates here, 6 minutes to go until 7. We just give you live looks at that rollover crash in Brighton at Brighton-Henrietta Town Line Road that's got that area shut down for quite some time. Elsewhere on the east side, there's flooding in Penfield at Atlantic Avenue and Clark Road. If you are coming in from the Victor area on 490, there's a crash westbound. So again, coming in from Victor, trying to get to downtown at the Route 31 exit. We will check your Friday morning commute again in a little while during CBS Mornings at 7:25. Please take it easy out there and watch for ponding left over from the heavy rainfall this morning, James.
Yeah, ponding certainly out there. Visibility still down.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time we had just had a 10-mile visibility.
I mean, hopefully it's at least a little bit better than yesterday.
Yeah, oh yeah. We don't have the quarter-mile fog out there. Just some rain and a little bit of a lower visibility. Penn Yann dealing with some issues with fog. I do think we have some lingering this afternoon. So just watch out for that. All the heavy stuff is done. Just light rain showers now. Those should taper off, be done by about 8 or 9 a.m. We see a brief spike in temperatures right around noontime before the cold front moves through, and then it brings numbers back down. So we should have a pretty quiet Saturday. And then Sunday, if this is the last time you know what the weather is for the weekend, know that Sunday it will snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got the AFC Championship game at 3 o'clock on this channel. So let's get our shopping done maybe tomorrow before we relax on Sunday. And that snow could last a little bit into Monday as well. And it's a slushy snow, similar to what we had on Tuesday, where it's kind of awkward to shovel because it's all slush.
Yeah.
But it could have an impact on roads.
And driving was not fun on
No,
Tuesday
absolutely
doing
not.
that. Thank
Not
you for
fun
watching
today.
Yeah. Thank you for watching us here at Sunrise this week. We'll see you back here in 30.
Yeah, CBS Morning is up next. Thanks for sharing the day with us, everyone.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.